There's a good chance the drill sitting in your garage right now was a mistake. Not because it doesn't work, it probably works fine, but somewhere around year 3, the batteries are going to start dying. And you're going to look up replacements and see a price tag of $120 per battery, and you're going to pay it because what else are you going to do? Throw away the whole kit? That moment is the business model. They're not selling you a drill. They're selling you a subscription to batteries you didn't know you signed up for. And almost every major tool brand is built around this exact cycle. This video is 6 tools where that trap doesn't exist. 6 tools where the engineering got so far ahead of the price tag that buying the popular alternative is kind of embarrassing once you see the numbers. If you've bought tools recently without seeing this list, a couple of these are going to sting. Let's get into it. Number 1. The Wera Craftform, plus 334, laser tip screwdriver set, $40, 6 screwdrivers. Before you scroll past, give me 20 seconds. These are made in the Czech Republic to German engineering specs with something called laser tip, a micro rough texture, laser etched directly into each tip. It bites into screw heads like Velcro. That thing where your Phillips driver cams out and chews up the screw basically stops happening. Garage Journal, which is a forum where retired machinists argue about tools with terrifying enthusiasm, ranked these the number 1 general-purpose screwdriver, not number 1 under $50. Number 1 at any price. You're paying about $6 per driver for what professionals call the best screwdriver they've ever held, or just doesn't spend money telling you about it. I personally think that's the most underrated thing about them. The marketing budget went into the engineering instead. Number 2. The Bosch ROS20VSC Random Orbital Sander. $79. One review site purchased every random orbital sander under $100 from Home Depot and Lowe's. Same workbench. Side by side, the Bosch won in 3 categories that actually matter for a homeowner. Quietest at 84 decibels. Smoothest vibration, which your wrists will thank you for on a Saturday deck refinish. And best dust collection, which I think is the single most underrated feature on any sander. The hard plastic canister on the Bosch actually captures dust. The cloth bags on most cheaper sanders are basically decorative. They exist so the brand can print dust collection on the box. If you're sanding drywall compound in a basement with the windows closed, the difference between real dust collection and a decorative bag is the difference between finishing the job and coughing for a week. At $79, the Bosch sits in a pricing sweet spot where budget brands cut corners on exactly the things that matter, and premium brands charge extra for features you'll never touch. But those were the affordable picks. The next one is where things get interesting for anyone who's ever struggled with plumbing. Number 3. The Knipex Cobra and Pliers Wrench 2-piece set, $89 at Home Depot. I thought spending $90 on 2 pliers was ridiculous until I actually used a pliers wrench. Then I immediately understood why plumbers on Reddit get weirdly emotional about these things. The Cobra has push-button jaw adjustment. Squeeze, slide, lock, one hand, while it's already on the pipe. No more fighting with groove joint channels in a crawl space at an angle that makes your shoulder want to file for divorce. The pliers wrench grips hex bolts, square nuts, round pipe, chrome fittings without rounding edges or scratching surfaces. 10 times your hand, forced through a cam mechanism, so you're getting wrench-level torque from a tool the size of standard pliers. Between these two, you can retire your adjustable wrench, your old Channellocks, and that rusty pipe wrench in the back of the drawer that you've never actually liked. Knipex has been making pliers in Wuppertal, Germany since 1882. Just pliers. For 144 years. I think they've got it dialed in now. Numbers 4 through 6 all share one thing in common, and this is the part I'm most excited about. This next detail is the reason the title says Smart Builders. Stay with me. Number 4. The Ridgid 12-gallon NXT Wet Dry Shop Vac, $100 at Home Depot. Ridgid has something called the Lifetime Service Agreement. Buy it, register online within 90 days, and Ridgid covers free parts, free service, and free replacement for life. Not 5 years, not limited lifetime with an asterisk. Life, the motor, the switch, everything. The vac pushes 144 cubic feet per minute from a 5-peak horsepower motor, more than enough for renovation debris, drywall dust, workshop cleanup, or the occasional flooded garage. But here's the insider move that woodworkers have been quietly doing for years. Pair this vac with a $40 Oneida Dust Deputy Cyclone separator. It sits on top of a 5-gallon bucket and catches 99% of debris before it reaches the filter. Suction stays consistent. Filter lasts practically forever, and you've built a dust collection setup for about $140 that multiple forum users say rivals Festool extractors costing $800. I spent 3 hours in those threads, and I'm not going to lie, they're convincing. But the next pick is the one that made me genuinely question why anyone buys the more expensive alternative. Number 5, the Ridgid 18-volt brushless oscillating multi-tool R86242B, $149 bare tool. My favorite pick on this entire list, and it's not close. Pro Tool Reviews tested 9 oscillating multi-tools head-to-head. Fine, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, Flex, Ridgid. Same blades, same materials. Timed every cut. The Ridgid finished first in red oak, first in copper pipe, first in EMT conduit, and first in threaded rod at 31 seconds, a full 5 seconds. Faster than Milwaukee's M18 fuel. That Milwaukee costs $249 bare. The Ridgid costs $149, $100 less for the tool that literally won the shootout, with the same lifetime service agreement as the shop vac. If you're finishing a basement, this single tool handles drywall, door trim, grout removal, flush cutting nails, and sanding tight corners. That's the work of 5 specialized tools in one. I honestly don't know what Milwaukee's marketing team says when they see this data. Probably, don't show this to anyone. And number 6, the one that ties this whole list together. Number 6, the Ridgid 18-volt brushless drill and impact driver combo, R9208, $329. Hammer drill, impact driver, 2 batteries, charger, and a hard case. Here's the math that almost nobody talks about, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Cordless batteries degrade over time. That's not a defect. That's just how lithium-ion chemistry works. Every 3 to 5 years, you need replacements. A Milwaukee M18 battery runs about $100. DeWalt 20 volts max, roughly the same. Over 15 years, that's $400 to $800 in batteries alone, on top of what you already paid for the tools. Ridgid's lifetime service agreement replaces your batteries for free, forever. No other major brand does this. Milwaukee gives you 3 years on batteries. DeWalt gives you 2 to 3. Ridgid gives you the rest of your life. The impact driver delivers 2,400 inch-pounds of torque, enough to drive 6-inch lag bolts into pressure-treated lumber like they're finishing nails. It is not the most powerful combo kit on the market, but when you add up the lifetime battery savings, it is comfortably the least expensive kit to own over 10 or 15 years, and that's what "buy once" actually means. All 6 tools together cost about $786. Screwdrivers, sander, pliers, shop vac, oscillating tool, drill combo. Every hand tool carries a lifetime warranty. Every Ridgid power tool includes free battery and parts replacement forever. The tools that look cheapest on the shelf at Home Depot are not always the tools that cost least over time. These 6 are where those 2 numbers actually converge. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. I cover tools and DIY gear like this every week, finding the stuff where the engineering got ahead of the marketing. That's the whole channel. See you in the next one.